What do we do, baby, with our love? Sha-la-la-la.
Let me turn this down. That's how you sound when you're not in the shower, sir.
Y'all don't remember that shit from Family Ties?
Yeah, man. Hey, I used to wait for that part.
Michael J. Yes, yeah. And I don't even know why niggas got excited about that. Sha-la-la-la.
Nobody else is excited about it, but you.
Y'all too young. Well, you know, I know Rashid. Rashid, what's up, baby?
What's happening, black man?
I'm doing all right, man. You know what? I take that as a joke because I got a little darker. You see, I knew you was going to do that shit when I sat down. I already knew. No,
What's
man.
happening, brother?
Nah, I'm fucking.
Good to see you.
It's good to see you. It's good to see you. It's good talking to you the other day. You had me laughing in the shower for quite a while. I tell you that, man. I'm going to come back.
Don't say that on here.
Huh? No, I was. He said that he was very funny the other day, and I really did. I laughed really, really hard. I almost hurt myself.
This is after a telephone conversation. Just.
He did. I mean,
y'all are looking all crazy.
He's dry as fuck. So when he gets me to laugh, man, I'm like, this nigga's really funny. I was like, he might be charismatic. For real. You know what I mean? Yeah, he is. He's extremely funny. I got Hoos right here.
Power to the people.
You know what I'm saying? I got the boy Hodge here.
Salute.
Pete in the building. Monk.
Yo.
Goddamn DJ Agony.
Yeah.
Man.
He's back.
Man, can you do it with just one? I need not that nostalgia. Can you one more time?
Oh, okay. Hit him in the gut right there. Yeah.
Yeah. I got Taylor and Jalea in the building. This is a family affair, for sure. But here's the deal. We got some housekeeping things we're going to address before we get into what we're getting into. But I'll tell you, man, it is so good to see y'all, man. It really, really is. And so me and Rashid was talking about, because I know I need some therapy, right? And after y'all hear me talk today, you're going to be like, he do need therapy. That he needs. And I said, you know what? We got talking about reparations. Like, reparations, everybody thinks, see, niggas always think reparations is money. But we was like, shoot, well, maybe we need to get some therapy. Maybe the government should award us therapy. So she was like, well, I don't know if it need to be government-backed therapy. And I started laughing. I was like, that is funny as hell, right? Because all right, they're going to be like, oh, you came back with some more? He's like, where do you want to start? Christopher Columbus? Or, you know what I mean? Because they've been fucking us the whole time.
It's going to be just like our school system.
Precisely. But we're here for a much different reason today. I am happy to be here. The last time that we were here was the end of October of 2020. You remember that? It was right before the election and right before my engagement. There's a lot of things that happened before then. We will touch on these things. But what's happened since then? Y'all got Joe Biden. I know y'all happy about that.
Yay.
I'm sure you can just riddle off all the good things he's done for us. All right, so
That's why he coughed.
You got Joe Biden.
COVID.
But more importantly, the Braves won the damn World Series. Boy, man, didn't you feel proud when that boy hit that home run in Game 7?
So
He slapped the shit out of that ball.
He was killing it. He was killing it. He tied, right? He tied the home run record.
I don't know.
I know that ball that
He put that shit in somebody in another.
What, he hit like 11 home runs during the postseason?
I don't know if it was that.
But he hit that ball to put it in a whole nother zip code, yo, man. I mean,
Well, whoever got it, that ball auctioned off, I think it was earlier this week, for like $70,000.
Yeah.
It's worth it.
if you tuned into us, like and share. Importantly, like and share, especially y'all brothers, man. You know, we gotta stick together, man. Y'all don't understand. We out here, man. We getting beat. You know what I mean? Because of a lack of cohesion. Don't give up on yourself, man. Y'all got a whole lot of value. When we get to this Kim K thing, I'm gonna explain why. The number here is 470-251-4707. You tuned in to a Beer in the Conversation. You got some of the baddest hosts on the planet, and I can tell you going forward, you're gonna see a lot of this man right here,
That's
a lot
right.
of this man right here. You know, you may or may not see me, but you're gonna see them. Now, what I want to say, so the Braves won the World Series, and then Georgia beat Alabama. I don't even give a damn if Georgia won the national championship. They beat fucking Alabama.
Timeout.
Are you an Alabama fan?
No, hit. I think I have on an Outcast hoodie.
Okay.
I mean, you could be a Georgia Tech fan. I mean,
Hey, no, you know, my thing about that is like I would have wanted to destroy them in the SEC championship and beat them in the net. Well, shit, they wouldn't have been in the national championship had
If
we
they
beat them.
had, I said that.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
said that.
So-
I said that like Georgia could lose and still get into the playoffs. Alabama had to win.
I just don't like the fact that Alabama lost to an unranked team and still made the playoffs. That's the only issue that I really have about that entire. Like they're a great team, but they lost to an unranked Texas A&M team. It was a close. I mean, it kind of really wasn't that close, really.
The SEC West is a very dangerous subdivision.
It is.
But the fact that they hadn't won since 1980. Yeah, it's a big deal. It's a big deal.
huge deal.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah. Well, the fact of the matter is they won. Now we got Georgia and we got the Atlanta Braves. And so the part of town I live in, that's pretty valuable.
It's not Atlanta.
You know. No, it's not Atlanta. I live in a red county, and you're marked safe if you're a Braves fan or a Dogs fan. I kind of want to keep it that way too, actually. To tell you the truth. So, housekeeping. So that we're clear on this, and I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it, but it does need to be addressed. There are a lot of concerns about some things that happened to me post October 2020 and up until this day. And so let's put speculation to rest. The reality of things is that I found myself in a situation I didn't think I'd find myself in. I thought that I was coasting. I was about to really live my life and soar the way that I wanted to. It didn't happen. However, as much as I hate failure, failure has been a part of my success my whole life, right? So I have to address that. So there were questions and concerns about my health. And there are people here who are a big part of helping me to get back to this point. I was in a very bad place. And I remember being in Florida and people saying, well, Larry, you're not eating and this, that, and the other. And, they telling me to go in the hospice and die and shit like that. And whatever, And Big Dame and Daryl Collins came down there and pulled me out in the middle of the night because this shit didn't sit well with me. People talking about death all the damn time. I mean, that is just not a comfortable place to be. And so that may be to the extent of the small town in Florida I was in, that may have just been how they do things and the way that they know how to do things. But I knew that greater days lied ahead of me. So I had to get on up out there. I don't even want to hear that shit. And it hurt my brother. One brother came down there trying to get me to eat and stuff like that. And I'm like, really, I didn't want to eat it. That type of shit they was giving me, I wouldn't have fed my dog. And then, of course, my baby brother came down there and he spent quite a bit of time with me. And I took it personal, man. They said some things that hurt my brother. I'm sitting there like buzzwords, like hospice. Like, we don't talk like that, right? You know what I mean? This is a reality. I am a human being. They made a mistake, actually. My rap sheet, I tell you, they told me you got all these problems, man. Double organ failure, kidneys, this, that, and the other. And they created a lot of problems, and that's okay. We're going to deal with that when it come up. But the point is, in saying that, is that, when you make a mistake, you can't just try to keep somebody somewhere and cover it up. You got to let them go. And I had people up here that was reaching out to me and was like, well, bring them back home. Let them play a home game. You know what I'm saying? Get them back to Atlanta. And I'm very thankful for all of those people. I'm thankful for the shout-outs. I'm thankful for all of the comments. And I say some things that I know come off brutal and very, very harsh to a lot of people. And it's in that I know that God exists, because these people come back And they show your boy love, man. You know what I'm saying? They don't judge. You know, when Deke called me and Deke was like, yo, to understand what you saying, you got to understand the man first. You know, and he ain't talking unless it's something ain't right. So I had to deal with a physical issue. I had to deal with an emotional issue, emotional/psychological issue I was dealing with, and mental. People trying to convince me of something that I know just don't make sense. Now, our mother died of cancer. So when you start talking and saying words like hospice around us, those are not safe words to us. Because we know what they mean. We know what they represent. The end. Preparation for the end. I didn't see that. I saw a new beginning. So we got the fuck up on out of there. We got back to Emory. We get to Emory. Emory saying, they sent an oncology team. Hey man, you got stage 2 pancreatic cancer, this, that, and the third. I'm like, whoa, man, hold on. Whoa, I don't even get to fight the shit on stage 1. We got to start off on stage 2. And they was wrong. And thank God for the team of doctors I got, and they need a shout out. Dr. Don Rowe, Dr. Terry Wise, Morehouse graduate, Dr. Brendan Curtis. And need I admit, need I talk about Dr. Chala himself? You know what I'm saying? Who was the one that came to me and said, nah, man, you finna be straight. I seen people die down there in Florida, man, that they told them things, man, and people just accepted it, man. They let that shit, you know what I mean? They kind of believed it. You know what I mean? It wasn't even that they were sick. But they believe what these people are saying because they trust these people as experts. And they don't understand the whole premise of the word a doctor practice. Practice meaning I don't know. I'm just practicing. So we're going to deal with them for what they did to my kidneys. I had no kidney problem. That's when I got sick. That's when I got dark. That's when I lost all the weight. But my kidneys were burst in the midst of all that. I had a young Chinese, what do you call it? Dialysis nurse, male dialysis nurse. There's nothing wrong with that. That came and said to me, he was like, yo, man, he was like, you need to, he whispered to me, he was like, you need to keep track of your urine. And I kept saying, I'm like, why is, you know what I mean? And because they knew, it was like, people was like, oh, you urinate on your own? And I'm like, yeah, man. And it's big business, man, with these kidneys and shit. Business so big, these motherfuckers offer me free health care and disability check. You gotta think about it, it makes sense. Because you going to dialysis 3 times a week. And you're doing 3 hours of dialysis. You're doing a half hour to set up, a half hour to unset up. You got to drive, get back. Dialysis put you out like a dog. Y'all ain't never been around nobody dialysis. That shit will wear you out. Who the fuck you gonna go work for when you got to do that shit 3 times? They's like, we'll give you a check if you just declare chronic. I was like, nah, I ain't doing that, man. You know what I mean? My piss was looking like giblet gravy at first. This is real talk. Then it got to a point where it reversed. 1 in 5. They say people, kidneys reverse. 1 in fucking 5. Thank God. And now I'm here. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
I do.
I just want to go on record for saying he was talking about practice.
Practice.
Not the game.
Not the game.
Practice. This game was talking about practice.
Practice.
So, yeah. So now we're going to fast forward to the other part, then we're going to get into the motherfucking show. You know, I said some things and I came out and people didn't like the things that I said, but nobody knew the things that I felt. You know, and people were, it wasn't even about the people that I blamed for things that happened. Because I did blame some people for things that happened. I was very open. Y'all know, everybody know me, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't hold no punches. All right? And especially coming back from a near-death experience, man, you're like, what you gonna say to me? How that gonna hurt me? What you gonna do to me? You know what I'm saying? These motherfuckers try to take me out. And they didn't realize that it was people that came to me and was like, oh, I know that the reason why this didn't work the way that it was supposed to work is because you, this, that, and the other. I'm like, no, you don't know that. You don't know what happened. It wasn't me. My family's sitting here, and I fought my family for my marriage. I went against my family. Okay? So it wasn't that. They may or may not have liked the way that things played out or developed, but the bottom line is that they wasn't changing my mind. Ain't nobody can say I didn't love my wife. Bottom line, let's fast forward. Let's move into, because this ain't a bashing thing, but we need to be clear. Because I don't want nobody to think that this shit came from osmosis. Like I just got up one day and was mad. I was being antagonized by other people who hated the fact that I made a decision. And then I had to retaliate back against them, and I put some shit out there, and I said, no, y'all don't know what happened. This what happened. Okay, I get it. No problem. I shouldn't have did it. There's a better way to do everything, but you gotta put yourself in my shoes. It's not every day that a man asks a woman to carry his last name. He must think pretty damn highly of her. Now, let's fast forward to what is important. Now, people start saying karma and this, that, and that. I said, well, shit, I ain't lied to these other motherfuckers. I never told them I was going to be with their ass. They couldn't call in a day. The number is 471-251-4707. And say that I sold them a bill of dreams about being with them. Karma for what? Karma, what do you mean? What are you talking about? People started talking all types of stuff, and they didn't even know what they was talking about. I ain't lie to nobody and tell them I was going to be with them. I never did that. Y'all see me, man. Y'all know how I get down, man. You know, we could just say we always out, man. We having girls, man, having a good time. What, you know what I'm saying?
Y'all niggas talking about himself.
Right.
It's me. It's just me.
You know how we do.
Yeah, I
Express Polaris
down, nigga, man. You don't know watching this shit. You don't know what we done told everybody.
I am the gunman.
Am I on this camera? The opinions expressed by Larry's Hodges do not reflect those of DJ Agnew.
Thank you for
the
that fucking fine print, famo.
Yeah.
Continue, sir.
Seriously.
He's like, all these niggas is fucking bitches. Like,
Right, you fucking it up.
It was just me by myself. And so
You don't get all the credit now. Hold on. You gotta nigga, be in the middle somewhere, okay? You shit. All by yourself? That sounds really greedy, sir.
Hi, Mom.
I'm just saying, alright, so I was like, you know, I got upset, man. I lashed out in typical Last fashion. You know, but here's the point. Things are the way that they are. When we start talking about Kim K, we talk about parenting from a distance, we start talking about dating. All of this shit is important. And it all ties together, really. And one of the good things about me is that through this endeavor, I got legally, as of today, 2 stepdaughters. I got a biological daughter, and I consider Jalea like an adopted daughter for me. And then I got 2 stepdaughters, right? I would never do nothing to hurt them. They have enriched my life. They've enhanced my life. They've helped to make me a better man. And their mother did a good job raising them. Maybe things didn't work out for us, but it's not that she wasn't a good mom to them. And so I learned a lot by being involved with them. That's probably, if we had to be honest with ourselves, those of us that have children would want that, right? You don't want some creep around your motherfucking kids. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're a man and you got daughters. You don't want that shit. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, let's fast forward. But what they say, give honor where honor is due. My family is right here. They took care of me. They did their part. And I love them for that. I'm happy for that. I'm grateful. I'm blessed. And I know that God is real, because the one person who probably should hate my guts is my child's mother. Because I have not been fair to her. And then when I say fair, I don't mean it as that I've just been abnormally mean to her, but I mean it from a standpoint of I was not, I didn't give her much room for error. You know what I mean? And people need room for error. But I'm going to tell you this, to debunk this whole shit about karma, I've always said that God give you better than what you deserve. That's what mercy and grace is. And it was my child's mother who was the one that called me every morning. Every morning. How we doing today, buddy? What they saying today, buddy? You eating today, buddy? And she's married. And she didn't do anything to violate her marriage. And she's married to a good guy that I'm very appreciative of the fact that that's in my daughter's life. So let's talk about the fact, when we start talking about parenting from afar, and Kanye's concerns, which he has some legitimate concerns. With that family, shit, now he knew a lot of that shit going into it too. Nigga think he can change the world, but I don't know. So anyway, let's get into the show. Alright. Let's do our thing. I'm sorry. I went on diatribe. I had to do it. I had to get this shit out the way. It's good to be here. Y'all niggas talk about that Kim K shit, man.
Hell yeah.
What's the Kim K shit?
He don't want his daughter being on fucking TikTok, and he got a problem with his mom,
Oh, I
with
see.
her mom allowing her, and he trying to parent from afar, and a lot of us have to do that. How you mitigate that, Agony? How do you do that?
Oh, yeah, I might be the wrong one to ask. My son lived with me.
Oh shit.
My son lived down the hall. So it's never a time where I can't go downstairs, yell out his name, and I don't see a head come out the door. That's really what you got to be willing to do. Take total responsibility. Like when you split from your son, mom, or it might be your wife or whatever, it's not the time to say, okay, fuck it, I'm gonna go out here and hit the streets and pick up where I left off, hold up till I blow up, that type thing. It's like, nah, you still got a child that's in this situation, so you got to really be thinking, okay, how am I gonna do this with just one of us instead of a pair? That's just where I'm at with it. I want to be the one instead of the pair.
Sounds like
The Kanye situation
he holds
is.
his forehead though. He thinking real hard.
I'm just saying.
I see steam coming
that
out the
situation is complicated just because
There's so much money involved.
Well, there is that, but there's some mental health issues there too, though, right?
That's the
Which-
one thing
which
that's
side?
always
Which
on
side?
from
On the,
Kanye's.
I mean, look, I'm not going to say that Kim is totally clear and on that side because I don't really know, but I know Kanye has got some issues there.
Which he is.
Oh, wait a
Which
second.
he-
Wait a
which-
second.
which
What
he
do you
has
mean
admitted.
you don't think that Kim K is? She's an amateur porn star.
I said I don't know.
waiting to say
I
that.
don't know. I said I don't
Even
know. I
with-
didn't say she didn't have any issues. I just said I don't know. And the porn star thing was like 15, how many years ago?
15. It's just like 20 years ago.
I'm just saying it's been a minute. And I mean,
You think that that's normal though?
I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I
don't
think
think
there are a
there's-
lot of videos on the internet of people having sex with each
That
other.
every man in this room has probably made a tape.
See,
Taylor, do you think that you-
I said every man in this room
Okay.
for a reason.
So
Taylor, do you think that you will ever find yourself in a? You know what? I'm gonna let it go.
Let's not do this, please.
There is joy.
Y'all go down
in
and let
this
Tiamo
room.
in, man. He down there.
There is joy in this room.
God damn, you just own.
but you know what? If you
On
read the
five.
post, you,
Right,
if
you
you
know.
read the post, you knew what kind of show it was gonna be. This is why you left the house. We gonna be in the conversation, and we back from
I just
what,
miss my bros, man. I ain't
18-month
seen
break?
folks.
We
I don't
here
care
for
what we
this.
talking about. I don't care what we talking about.
I think
It's gonna be some red cut magic.
when you look at the not wanting the daughter to be on TikTok, are you familiar with I can't remember what state it was, but the ex-officer who shot and killed the guy in his front yard that was stalking his daughter on TikTok. See, you gotta watch the news every morning. See, if you don't watch the news, baby, you don't know what's going on. So I'm trying to tell you, and I'm talking about both of them. Fox, ABC, NBC, CNN, whichever one you choose, you got to watch them. This is recent. The daughter was being stalked. She's high school age. But guess what? TikTok is lucrative for her. $1 million plus. It's lucrative. They had blocked him, but the cat shows up to the house, fires off a shot in the front yard, and guess what happens? Dad, the ex-cop, goes out there and leaves him there. They come, he's face down. So Kanye's concerns are excessively legitimate. To your point, when you mentioned Brandon and wanting people of sound nature around children, when you put yourself out there, you have to be ready for what comes with that, right? And that can be good and bad. It could be financial or it could be weirdos. Whatever the case may be, when you put yourself out there, you have to be ready for what comes with it.
Right.
And in his position, he's looking at it from to be honest, the pros don't outweigh the cons. Man, what she need followers for? Realistically, what does she need a career for? And not that there's anything wrong with her being her
$1.8 billion.
Even if he's only worth $1 million, he can get her what she needs. And she needs to focus on being a child, not being a prophet.
And definitely,
so there's a lot that goes with
objectified. I mean, yeah, but I just have an issue in general with people who, as soon as the baby's born, right? You know what I mean? Because the internet mistakes are forever, right? Shout out Childish Gambino, but you know how I do. But seriously though, like putting minors on the internet for international consumption, it's just a bad idea. I feel like once your kids get to be a certain age, they're conscious, you know what I mean? They pass the age of innocence and they're able to make more cognitive decisions, you know what I mean? And have a little bit of leeway, then you have a discussion, but it should be very measured. But to put babies on the internet at a very early age when you know what's out there, I feel like Kanye has every right to be upset about that.
And like I said, the father thinks that he's a woman. I mean, think about the politics of the home. I mean,
here's the caveat.
Bruce Jenner.
Here's the caveat. He married.
That ain't nobody daddy. He's a villain.
He's the man of the house. Well,
he's Kylie's daddy.
He lives with him.
Yeah, but he's not.
Or
shit, I ain't watched this shit in a while.
He's not.
Right.
Biologically related to Kanye's child. That's what I'm saying.
Did he cut his balls off?
Well, that's irrelevant.
He did. He makes that known.
He did?
He's post-op?
Fuck post-op. He's castrated?
He said he's not doing it.
So he's still a guy? Ish.
He's going to always be a guy.
Yeah, because his hands are bigger than mine. I mean,
right.
He's a dude.
Right. Niggas
Right.
This guy can still, it's a dude. This guy can
He's like, yeah, you know.
No, I like what you said. I will alter it a smidge. I'm a dad. I don't take pictures with my child and put them online. I would. I don't have a daughter. If you do it, I think that there's a cutoff point, right? Like if Taylor were my daughter, I wouldn't put her online, right? Because she's at that age where she is objectified. I take a picture with my child, let's say up until the time she's 7, before puberty hits in. There's innocence that's still there. We've all heard this. If you haven't, I'll say it. There are some men who say this: if there's grass on the field, you play ball.
Yeah, them niggas weird.
Oh my!
Shit,
I've never heard that
for a long time, though, man.
Look,
they've been weird.
I mean, well, yeah, that's
16-year-old women.
Yeah,
16, brother.
Yeah, way yes than that.
16.
That's what I'm saying. But it's like, they've been weird for a long time.
But that's there's. I love to say this. There's a difference between what's real and what's reality, right? For us, we wouldn't do that. I don't feel that way. Like I'd never. But there are some cats that like shit. So that's when that being objectified, when a young lady or a girl starts to transition into a woman, that's when it's time to dial back, right? You go to Disneyland. Let's say you had a 6-year-old daughter. You go to Disneyland. There's nothing wrong with you taking pictures with your daughter and y'all putting them online, right? I don't think there's any. But when she starts to hit that age where a guy might look at a photo and be like, shit.
See, here's the thing, because I completely respect and agree with what you're saying. The thing about it is that our world is so perverted and so corrupt that you can't even really isolate the genders. Because
I agree.
That actually does a disservice to the young boys who are being traumatized, who don't really know how to formulate a voice to speak out, because all of the emphasis is being placed on
being a
protecting
girl.
the girls, right? You know what I'm saying? But also, Disney World and Disneyland, that's where
they're there. I was gonna say, yeah, they're there.
That's where they go. You know what I'm
there.
saying? So in theory, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't really get away from if somebody wants to do harm. I feel like the internet is the easiest way to, you know what I'm saying, to allow.
Certainly.
You know what I'm saying?
To invite that demon in.
To open yourself up to being violated, being objectified, being stalked, being harassed, all of those things. You know what I mean? So I just feel like, for me, until my children are of age and I've been able to indoctrinate them with what I feel like they need to know to traverse this world, stay off the internet.
Yeah, that real.
Just stay off the internet.
But that's impossible.
It's,
I don't know if it's impossible.
I don't think it's impossible.
To stay off the internet?
Yes, I don't think it's impossible.
Yeah, I mean, the internet perhaps, but social media is not the internet, right? I don't know that. I hear people say all the time that it's kind of impossible to do that. I got off of
now
it for like
social
a year.
media. It's
When I say the internet, I'm speaking in terms of all of the social media platforms.
No, I agree. Quinasha Nix, I am trying to send you a message that's not going through. You're welcome to call in at 470-251-4707. 470-251-4707. I'm trying to send you. I would like you to join in and give your opinion about this, but go ahead. I'm sorry, guys.
Just one super quick thing. It's just that I think the thing we haven't really talked about is just the fact that like there's been a gigantic philosophical rift between these two, right?
Mm-hmm.
That Kanye has had, he's always been, I guess, somewhat religious, but certainly not as performative and practicing as he is now. And
he made Jesus walk.
I was
gonna say he's spiritual.
Yeah, well, yeah,
Years ago.
sure. Yeah, I know, but it ain't. That is not the Kanye that we have now. That's not the Kanye that's selling Andre 3000. That's keeping Andre 3000 off the album because he's cursing, right? That was not that Kanye. He's a different guy.
First of all, Kanye didn't kick Andre off. Andre said, "I don't want to be on the album if I can't fulfill your requirements." So it was really Andre at
that
first.
requirement would not have been communicated when he did Jesus Walks. Is my point. It was not communicated when he did My Darkest Fantasy. We had all those folks on there cursing. What I'm just saying. I mean, are we really acting like Kanye is not a different person now than he was back then for religious purposes?
He's older.
I'm not disagreeing with you. What I'm saying.
I mean purely from a religious performative standpoint.
Well, let me ask you: Are you the same as you were 10 years ago?
You're not listening to me, dog. Like, I mean, are we really doing this? Are we really acting like Kanye made one song about Jesus Walks? He made albums now that are like gospel albums. Like, there's a difference.
I'm actually
church with Kanye.
I'm agreeing with you. I'm agreeing with you in terms of the shift from when his mom died to when he made his to when he made his statement.
I think that's when he transitioned when his mom died.
And then after when he made his statement about George Bush not liking black people, and then I mean there's a timeline of Kanye highlights that would allude to, like his mental health. You know what I mean? Like it's a lot of. Now I don't think that George Bush doesn't like black people. I salute the brother for that. You know what I mean? Because he did wake up a lot of people that need to be woken up at that time. But Kanye is always like, if you watch that documentary,
What president?
Was he saying you can't fornicate while recording the album? Like, there's a clear stepping up of Kanye's whole personality on this front.
Let me ask you this:
I think that his mental health is just becoming more severe. I think that
could certainly be it. The point though is that when it comes to him and his wife, there's been a rift, a widening.
I feel like mental health is thrown out there, right?
It is.
Is when we look at guys like David Koresh, is that mental health or is that control?
It's
because
maybe
because Kanye saying, "Hey, you can't do this," is no different than somebody else telling somebody you can't do that.
But you can be charismatic and still suffer from psychosis, though.
What was the intent? Okay, so let's do this.
Because it sounds good when you can say this, right? I remember 100 years ago, I went to a Coach store.
You remember?
I remember.
You were there.
I remember 100 years ago.
Transgenerational memory.
100 years ago, I went to a Coach store, and one of the saleswoman's line was this: Coach leather, that stuff is farmed, and those cows have not even been bitten by mosquitoes, right? So it's this idea that you can say, this album was made by pure men, right? So there's a form of exclusivity that goes along with marketing. And you can say, hey, because everybody says it, even when they talk about boxers when they train, hey, if you stay away from fornication, you're at your best. Hell, we know the truth. Let's be real. If there's no woman in the picture, your focus is better.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
And you get to maintain all your zinc and your magnesium.
So is there mental health issues, or was he on to something?
Actually, I would argue differently. I would say if you have the right woman there, your focus is better. Now,
But
finding that is
hold on,
something
pause.
really
We're talking about
different. Yeah.
fornication.
Oh, okay,
By
no.
definition, that doesn't fall around.
that's
being
different.
married.
I think sometimes when you see the world through a different lens, when you have a perspective that is not
I love that word,
adopted.
perspective. Keep going.
You know what I mean? We have, especially in the black community, because we have these rigid, weird ass traditions about what, you know what I'm saying, what it means to be black and what you're supposed to think and how you're supposed to vote. And I think the thing that I love, because I'm a huge Kanye fan, but the thing that I love about him is just the fact that he's like, yo, like, it's okay to be an anomaly. It's okay because
It's to be you.
because there's inspiration. And once again, if you all watch the documentary, you're talking about somebody who, like, if y'all see him walking through Def Jam halls with the camera with Cootie, and you know, like, he's up here playing Through the Wire and All Falls Down, and nobody's really paying attention to him. Stuff like that. When you have an egotistical mind or a narcissist, or you might be part megalomaniac, you hold on to stuff like that. Michael Jordan was no different.
Bingo.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, they were no different, but Kobe was no different.
There's a difference there,
God bless
and we can talk about
Tiger. There's a lot of
Kobe was slightly different because Kobe was, even though he was very talented, he was also emulating almost like a carbon copy of. I know you.
I'm
know
gonna
people
throw.
say that.
I'm gonna throw this.
Oh, no,
out
that's
there,
true, though.
too.
It's true though.
It's funny
It is
because me
true.
and Buddy of mine were having a
to a
conversation
point,
about
anyway.
that when we was talking about, you know, the differences in LeBron and MJ. God, this stuff can go anywhere, right? But it was that shit. I got a chip on my shoulder. You did this to me. Now I'm gonna do this to you. But I want to take it back to Above the Rim. There's this part where Tupac was like, "Niggas was laughing at me." You remember
he was
that
talking
part
to Leon?
when he was talking to his brother.
Oh, he's
He was like,
Right,
"Niggas
right.
was laughing at me." Mama sitting in front of the stove. She was waiting on you
He's
to
like, I
come
went
back,
that damn bodega and niggas was
laughing at me.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're right. When niggas turn you, when people, it ain't got to be niggas. When people turn you down and you know that what you're doing is a good product, yeah, you do feel some kind of way.
Think about the essence.
And you
of
carry that. You want to
do.
never have to hear that no again,
Right.
or have that
That's a
door
good
slammed
thing,
in your
though,
face
for man.
again.
For a strong man, getting knocked down is a good thing.
If you harness it properly.
Because you at that point you're not trying to ever have that feeling again.
That's right.
Think about the essence of black music, though. Like, I mean, if you listen to a lot of these artists that are coming out now, I mean, whether or not it's on the R&B side or on the hip hop side, a lot of times when you hear these rhymes, it's always about somebody that told them they weren't going to be something. You know what I mean? Like, that's always been the underlying. Now I'm talking about specific people. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're like I mean, hell, Biggie even got a line, you know what I'm saying, when he talks about how people told him that he wasn't going to amount to anything. You know what I mean? So that's always been the undertone of hip hop music, because it's black people were the underdog, and hip hop is the music of the underdogs. You know what I mean? So, but it's kind of morphing.
But there's a whole psychological school of thought associated with that, and I mean, I've seen it. I am not a part of a fraternity other than my actual blood brothers and my brethren in the community, which y'all are outside of that.
Red Cup,
to where, yeah, exactly, the Red Cup crew. But that literally, and when you think about Greeks, their whole thing is to constantly reject people, to make them feel like they're not good.
You talking about actual Greeks, or like you talking about Greeks
talking
from
about
Greece?
fraternities.
Or you talking about
Fraternities.
fraternities?
I know you're Sigma.
Yeah,
I know
you know what I'm
are.
saying.
But that's a part of their mantra and their lexicon is to incentivize.
Niggas start listening hard.
Yeah, the nigga said lexicon, bro. Like, I'm definitely listening.
Yeah, to incentivize.
He used a school word.
Exclusivity?
Not exclusivity, to incentivize.
Status.
I'm saying to incentivize them to work harder to be a part of something by denying them the very thing that they want.
So here's the thing.
Yeah,
Here's the
yeah.
thing. I'm going to provide a little elucidation. Did I do good? I do good?
It's a school word.
Cool.
The
SAT.
procrastination of
Oh,
ejaculation.
yeah.
And
Shit!
Mark up here with these $7 words.
Hey, wait a second. Was that one of them?
Hey, Larry, for old time say, hit the bell,
I
man.
got
Mark just used a $7 word, man.
Now, hey, man, I need $11 on that.
I was about to say, that's at least 20 points on
You know what I'm
Scrabble.
saying? That's
That's
an
true.
elucidation. You know what I'm saying?
Wait, was it at the end or in the? No. Did it connect another one? Did it add an S?
So here's the thing about Greek life. You know what I mean? I actually just celebrated 18 years being in Sigma, right? So here's the thing, and I brought lines through. I've done all that stuff. We are a no hazing organization for everybody that knows.
All of them say that, but go ahead.
Let the
Hey
brother
man,
talk.
All right, okay. I'm just saying.
Sip,
go
red
Brian.
cup, sip. The whole thing that I would always convey to perspectives and young, you know what I'm saying, and young brothers coming through is that this is an egalitarian process. We need you the same way you need us. So we can't, you know what I'm saying, we can't drill it in your head that you're not good enough or try to dangle a carrot in front of your head, because honestly, and this ain't no secret, you're learning information day one damn near. You know what I'm saying? And it's not like it's a secret information, but you're still learning information. You're learning rituals to a certain extent. You know what I mean? You're learning processes. So there's mutual sacrifice and vulnerability on both sides. So people that know that typically have stronger organizations when they don't make it all about it's us versus them. You know what I mean? Now I'm not saying that doesn't happen, but in a lot of cases as things are evolving, these young kids, they not built the same way. It's the same. It's the same thing with masonry. With masonry, you know what I mean? As a mason myself, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can tell that it's dying out in a sense because they're older. Because young people don't really rock suits. I know. I minimized it a little bit, but in essence, the structure, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're not growing up with structure like that. You know what I'm saying? To actually be regimented, to actually learn and read and practice and all that stuff is different. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a slight generation gap. But I understand what you're saying about Greeks.
You know what? I'm sorry to interject like that.
No,
I love what you said. That was the first time I've ever heard somebody from an organization say we don't haze. There's a very strong preconceived notion, especially like when I was at Morehouse. Somebody had mentioned it to me one time. Hey, have you ever considered? And the first thing out of my mouth was, check this out, Playboy. Ain't now nigga about to touch me to be a part of nothing, because I'm fine like this, right? In retrospect, the perks may have outweighed the hardship at that time. Right.
Morehouse is his own fraternity within itself, though.
These are facts.
Well, hold on.
we know. You let us know.
These are facts.
It's no different than any situation that you're in. If you don't take full advantage of it, then what good is it? I tell people this. When people talk about going to Morehouse and all this shit, man, fuck that. Like, fuck that. I'll denounce that shit right here, right now in front of everybody.
Sure.
Morehouse ain't did shit for me. Everything I know from my daddy and from life. Morehouse didn't do anything for me.
Did your daddy go to Morehouse?
He did. But guess what?
6 degrees of separation.
Morehouse told my daddy that he could go cut meat.
Word.
That's what they told him. Nigga, you smart enough to be a butcher or a PE teacher. Call him. Facts. My dad said, let me tell you how my dad got where he is. He had a wife who said, you can do this. And he had a work ethic that he gained as a little boy. He put those two things together, and it got him where he is today. It wasn't because Morehouse equipped him with something. My dad was a basketball player. That's why he went to Morehouse. Morehouse saw him and saw an opportunity. Let's be very clear. They didn't see him and say, you're an FBLA, my nigga. No. They didn't groom him for that. They said, pass that nigga the ball and let him shoot. And teachers, your grade's good, but we'll get you through because we need you to play.
Yeah.
So let's talk about it.
I mean, that's a part. That's a part of the farm system. You know what I mean? But you know, like for me, like I didn't pledge in Cross Sigma until my second junior year. I changed my major.
That nigga had 2 junior years. That's impressive.
Bro, you don't get me started.
Ain't that like a senior and then no, I'm fucking with you.
I changed my major as a junior and had to take a whole year of you know what I'm saying, courses.
So
when I was on campus, like the alphas, the Qs, the kappas, they was on. You know what I'm saying, like.
So what compels us through traditionalism? Does traditionalism work? When we get talking about Kim K, if we talk about wearing suits versus not wearing suits, because I don't like wearing suits. A suit doesn't tell you anything about, you know, my business acumen or how intelligent I am. However, at what point do we say let's abandon tradition when it comes to the babies? I just, you know, okay, let's go ahead. I'm gonna make this quick, and then y'all can do y'all thing. Ray J, 14 million, been married. Filed for divorce a few times, ain't go through. 7 to 8 years, 2014. Chris Humphries, or was it Reggie Bush after that?
He's talking about Kim K.
She married Ray J? They was married?
No, they dated for a few years.
No, but I'm trying to allude. I'm trying to explore
That's
the
part of
common
the point.
denominator.
Right, it's a segue.
Right, you know.
This is
like-
Kanye's first divorce.
because it was his first marriage. She was married to
I don't think
Chris Humphries.
She was married to Chris
That
Humphries.
was the
married?
shortest. That was the
Yeah,
shortest.
she-
that marriage lasted like
Like
3
a
weeks
day.
or something.
It was like an hour.
Look, all of these
It was
guys.
like he went into
They
the
went to
game
Vegas.
married, and
They
by
got married in
halftime
Vegas.
he was divorced.
well,
Yeah, they got married in Vegas.
Three of
Well, I don't.
four of them have done well for themselves that we know of. Now these are dudes that we know of. We know of the Reggie Bush,
where are we?
the Ray J's, the Chris Humphries, and the Kanye's, 1.8 billion as well.
But he wasn't that when they started dating.
Well, that's where it is when she decided.
And they
that
dated
she could
twice.
Pete Davis.
They dated-
But what I'm saying is that I look at how the this rebellious Jezebel spirit is the thing that our women have latched on to of all of these things. So now let's talk about
I disagree with that.
tradition.
Yeah,
All of these guys were just bad guys.
No, dog.
Okay,
Well,
that's
hold up.
it.
First
That's
of
all
all,
I'm saying.
have you seen Chris Humphries at the free throw line?
he was worse than Shaq.
Yeah, she should have left him.
Yeah, but what are you saying?
I wouldn't have.
Are you saying
I'm not gay? But I wouldn't have. I'd have been like, you know what? You're gonna do better tomorrow. I'm better. I'm going. Let me get about $10,000.
but you-
get
but-
these bills paid.
but
Okay,
it's-
now.
I understand. I know where you're coming from.
Yeah, all of them are bad. What are you looking for?
I understand.
What are you
I understand
looking
where
for,
you're
Kim
coming
K?
from.
Thank you.
I understand that frustration.
No,
Kim K 41.
But how
Kim
many
K
had-
is 41, $1.8 billion.
Sure.
How many of our women who put her down, who now want to be like her because she's rebellious, have that spreadsheet to even say that they can offer? Now, if this shit ain't working for her, you know what? I'm going to leave it alone. If it ain't working for her, but you think you going to be the exception. Like I said, I ain't met one I ain't never met a woman say, well, I got okay pussy. You know what I'm saying? It's have y'all? I haven't. Every last one of them.
I mean, most of them don't tell you how it is.
Yeah, you don't get commentary.
At the end of the day, it depends on how big you is. You know what I mean?
Well,
We are way off the rails. Way off the rails
I want to
here.
say so much,
yeah.
I just like fucking with him. I just like fucking with him.
Viewer discretion advised.
I'm just saying,
Taylor,
like,
go outside,
yo.
please.
But I'm looking at it, I'm like, you 41. What you think? You finna think, check this out.
I mean, I think the damage is
No,
already
it is
done.
already-
The damage is already done here. I don't know
Yeah,
that it's
it
going to
is,
get much
yeah.
worse.
Right, the worst of it,
No,
the
it-
eye of the storm is
She
past.
wanted to leave, by the way.
But what I'm saying is that, so what you think? What you think? A woman gonna holler at me at 47 and then one of Jordan's friends at 26 gonna holler at me? I'm gonna look at it like, well, shit, if the girl at 26, if I can buy her a Camaro at $600-700 a month, what's that? About $150 to $175 a week? And I can keep a carrot dangling in front of you? Come on, dog. You think I'm gonna give it to the
But that's
47?
Okay, if you notice, that carrot is spelled with a K.
So the issue. So let me just make sure I understand the issue here.
I'm trying to figure it out. I'm trying to figure it out, dude.
So hold up.
I get what he's
So
saying.
the issue is that there are women that put Kim Kardashian on a pedestal, and she is a woman who is undeserving of such attention because she is a harlot.
What is she looking for, and why hasn't she gotten it? She has all of the tools.
Bro, hold on, pause. This is why I love fucking with him. Dog, how many in a dating span, men go through way more women than women go through men. Like, let's be real.
Well, who wins?
At least we like to
Man's
think
going
that.
through somebody, so
Like, I get your point. Like, I get what
They
you're
all
saying.
settled.
What you're saying is
four
that.
of them are settled down.
But
That was
what you're
good.
saying
And Reggie Bush went and got a chick that looked
look
just
just
like
like
her.
her.
So, but hold on. But he has a type.
he got that's the economy size.
I think he did that shit. I still want to
Reggie Bush would have got me, son.
I think he did that
He
just
was fully
to.
loaded awesome.
I believe that Reggie Bush. First off, Reggie Bush was Heisman Trophy winner UFC, but I think he did it if he's anything like me, I would have did it just to show I can go and get the carbon copy and have better results.
But the man might have a type.
But them fruity O's, he didn't get
Like I want you to think back through.
Right.
He got a cereal in the bag.
He got the Sykes.
There's a dichotomy that exists between what has been stated about black women looking up to Kim Kardashian, which I don't necessarily think it's that per se. I mean, I think they do, but I don't think that's like the majority. But then I also see on the flip side, I also see how women saying that Kanye deserved it for not marrying a black woman. Mm-hmm. So all of these things, you know what I'm saying, like all of these things kind of exist on the, you know what I'm saying, on the same coin. So these folk got $1 billion problems, bruh. You know what I'm saying? They got $1 billion problems, bruh. You know what I'm saying? And
so you gonna dismiss the father being involved with
no,
for some shit that you haven't. You're searching for shit that you haven't been able to get, and you have a clear track record.
What I'm trying to
Kanye
say is
West married how many people?
Look at the agenda.
Kanye West ran through how many women?
But you also married a
Nobody
woman.
knows.
You
know about Kim K.
You
shit.
married a woman.
He used to fuck with Amber Rose. What is you saying? Like what?
That was a good choice.
Who the
too,
fuck?
actually.
Oh, the chick that was a stripper.
You married a woman. You married a woman who does
fucking
not
cares
have.
who they fuck, bro? Like
Who does
fucking
not
cares?
actually have like
Who
a
fucking
talent.
cares?
You basically married a woman who was like who was like Paris Hilton, but had a little more attractive. Came from money already, but you can't really say what her fucking talent is.
I'll tell you what her talent.
She was famous for being famous.
Her talent is making fucking money, bro.
I was gonna say her
1.8.
talent.
Like,
She is a master.
That's her
marketer.
talent. She makes fucking money.
But she did it all for sex. But let's give a shout out to Kim K. If I can,
Shout out for all of us who didn't do it off sex.
Producer.
If one flick would turn
If I
1.8,
can, I would like to
run.
say this. When it comes to Kim K getting with Ray J,
And if you
coming
say
up,
that shit sucks.
I'd like to give you.
Oh, that tape was bad.
I'd like to give you a congratulations.
Yes, bitch, yes. Yes, bitch, yes. Yes, bitch, yes.
When it comes to Kim K getting with Reggie Bush and leaving him for something better, I would like to congratulate you.
Yes, bitch, yes. Yes, bitch, yes. Yes.
Oh, when it comes to Kim K marrying Chris Humphries and leaving him, I would like to give you a congratulations.
Yes, bitch, yes. Yes.
When it comes to you getting with Kanye West, Jay-Z protege, having multiple children by him, and then moving on to the ultimate solution, Pete Davidson. Let's go. Let's give it to
Yes, bitch, yes.
Pete Davidson might have 12
Yes, yes.
Like, you don't
yes. Yes.
But let's do it like
You
this.
need bad
So
all
here's what
that
I'll say.
man.
Here's what I'll say. If that's how she got it, my God. But she figured it out. Because guess what?
She gonna be like her mother. She gonna be paying a young black man to fuck her.
But guess what?
But wait.
Listen, when you listen.
Oh, that's not what's happening with the mother. The mother's
But what I'm saying is
That's
this,
her
though,
right,
Casey.
bro. But at the end of the day, dude, that's
Look,
that's
but
her right. bro.
and that
That's
is
what she wants.
congratulatory.
But you sound like a hater right now.
So, but I just have one question, which is like, how does Kanye get off the hook for such horrible judgment, given all the facts you have
That's
stated?
where I'm getting at. That's where I'm getting at.
And
That's where
I
I'm
was going to
getting
allude to that earlier because the thing was,
He lost his mother.
There's a strong, there's a strong double standard that exists. man.
if
There's a
you
strong
because
double
I mean,
standard.
and this is what I was gonna say earlier because it's
He did
like
start
you
having
list
that
all
shit.
that. He knew who she was before he got with her.
He saw the tape.
Exactly.
He rapped about it. He rapped about
Exactly.
it. He rapped about it. What are you saying?
Would any of us marry a woman if we saw a video of her take a pop shot to the face?
No,
No.
Thank you.
no.
So this nigga said,
But think
That's
about
a no
it, the
again.
woman that you're gonna marry has taken plenty of pop shots.
It's a-
But
yeah,
that's not what he
crazy.
said.
No. All I'm saying is this, bro. Like, the double standard is so.
That's not a double standard.
that's not really-
a double standard.
Yeah, I'm about to say,
I'll tell you what it is.
But this whole conversation is about Kanye, about parenting from afar.
Huh?
This whole conversation is about parenting from afar and how she has different standards than he does.
Well, it's about parenting from
But it's
afar.
about if you know or not. Like if you watch the tape and you
is
seen it
that-
happen, you would still marry her.
Right, but I'm talking about the original conversation and Kanye's
You
judgment.
know what?
The parenting from afar is this.
Hey,
You would have as a father.
Hey, what did Chris Rock say? Spitters or quitters.
Oh my God, I can't believe this. But the parenting from
Shit.
afar issue is centered around. Okay, thank you. I see it now. The parenting from afar issue is centered around. You would rather not have the father there with the children to try to find something that, with all of your muscle, might, and resources, you ain't been able to find already, and you only getting older, y'all. Come on now. This is what I'm saying.
But what about Kim Kardashian would have led Kanye West to believe
That's the point.
that I'm saying the receipts was out there. They were out there more than like we ever did. We would be lucky to get that kind of transparency on a woman that we were dating. It was all out there. Yeah. And so if it goes sideways, I don't know that he has anybody to blame but himself.
But the thing about it
I agree
is,
with that.
Touche.
But
I
we don't
agree
know
with
that the
that.
relationship was bad. I love what you said. We don't know that the relationship was bad. We don't know why they split, right?
Sure.
Like, come on, man. Like, let's be real. Kanye do be wild.
Of course.
Let's
Wild
be
like
real.
how though? He's
But
just
I also
talking
know, but
crap.
I also
Listen,
know that
he's
black
like-
men
he's
do
all
not
over
get
the
support
spectrum.
that they need. Actually,
Yes.
black people in the whole, but black men in particular, do not get the help and the consideration and the empathy that they need when it comes to
Oh hell no.
when it comes to mental health.
Hold on. But let me ask this question: do they seek it though? Because it's there.
And if
That's
anyone
right.
can,
You
if
gotta
anyone
know
can afford
that you
it,
have a mental health
That's
issue
what I'm
to even
saying.
seek
That's
it
what
in
I'm
the
saying.
first
Like
place.
the mind is very powerful, so you can shift and morph into patterns of behavior that become habit, and you don't even realize it unless you have someone coming from a place of patience and love.
I'm gonna let y'all
Say,
wrap
hey,
this
brother,
up.
I
I'm gonna let y'all
I
wrap
see
this up.
something is deteriorating.
Let me tell you
brother.
something. Black men do have mental health issues. I don't think they're on the same level as black women, and I'm gonna tell you why. And I'm gonna tell you because I have had women. I've had some women in my life, and they might get upset, and they might unfollow me, and they might hate me. I'll be like, now you know that I'm not gonna go out with you. You didn't really look in the mirror, but they just believe. This is what I said in the post. Every woman I've met believe that they have the greatest pussy known to man. And what I'm saying is that like I'm thinking to myself, I don't even want to take pictures of myself when I don't look good. I have enough consciousness to look at myself in the mirror and say that I don't look good. And these motherfuckers will be like, I know that if I can just get them some of this pussy, it's gonna change his mind. They are really megalomaniac delusions.
So
you know what I mean? Like, I'm like, what in the fuck is
I am so scared to ask this question, but I just feel compelled
Do that
to.
shit, man.
How do you feel about your genitalia, Laris?
I feel very good because I've gotten repeat business every time. I have never.
Yeah, that's just women don't want to fuck a new nigga every night. Like, easy. That's easy. Yo, but I'm gonna say this.
Hey, you know
Real talk.
McDonald's is sold over $1 billion.
Y'all niggas is wilding the fuck out.
It's been a conversation, man. This is what we here for.
Indeed. Ladies, listen.
I'll be looking like, I'll be like, what?
I really am.
I mean, women will literally not look like the person on social media.
Fact.
And invite
But
you out, and they
created
be
this
like,
world, though,
but they be
James.
like, but if he get a hold of this pussy, that's gonna change everything.
Yo, James Brown, but listen, James Brown told you what it was. He said this is a man's world. Who has created this world where women feel like they have to morph into something?
See, you ain't using all that verse though.
They
The lyric
killed-
says it's a man's
y'all
world,
saw
but
the
it
Super
would
Bowl?
be nothing without a woman or a girl.
Shout out
Right.
shout out to the Rams. They won the Super Bowl. Everybody dogged 50 Cent out and fat shamed him. Now you go talk, post
Now,
something
now
bad.
hit the bell.
Post
Hit
something-
the fucking bell.
Post something about
There you go.
Lizzo
I
getting naked at a game.
But you know what?
in Minnesota.
Because on that same because on that same song 20 years ago when 50 dropped out the ceiling, shit, 50 had on the bulletproof vest, and nigga, his life was different. He wasn't eating steaks and talking business.
All right, 15 seconds. Everybody, wrap it up. Let's do it.
Hey, look, it's been a pleasure, man. Real talk. Love y'all, man. Glad we back doing this shit, man. Don.86 on the IG. Holla at your boy. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Yo, this DJ Agony, man. Be looking for me, man. Dope Enterprise on Facebook, Dope.Enterprise on Instagram, Dope Enterprise on what's that called? YouTube. Yeah. Dope Enterprise on YouTube, man. Yo, new shirts coming, man. And hey, just man, stick around, man. I got plenty of shit coming. Quick 30 coming in a minute. Also, appreciate you for having me back. Beer in the Conversation, man. This is just one of many. Appreciate all y'all for coming through, man. Oh, and my final words, yeah! And I'm out. It's the guard. Peace.
The gang is back, man. Great reunion show, man. Definitely appreciate y'all. Good to see everybody. Great topic, man. You know what I'm saying? We kind of jumped in like we hadn't really missed a beat. You know what I mean? Great banter.
Feels like 18 months.
Great dialogue. You know what I mean? I appreciate y'all. It's your boy Monk ATL. Check me out, Monk ATL Leatherworks. You can catch me over there. Best in Garage, Sunday Fun Days, vending. You know what I'm saying? Showing y'all my leather crafting. Got an event this Sunday coming up at the Amelia. What's that? The Amelia Griot African Museum over there, 337 Dargan. Check me out, Monk ATL, man. It's your boy.
Good to see y'all. Not on social media. Catch me in Castleberry. Peace.
Parlor.
Woo! So we have next, huh? What we going, Vegas?
Do what makes you happy. Do what brings you peace.
All right, in classical fashion, man, it was good to be back. It does feel great. October, the end of October 2020, and now it is the end of February 2022. I'm happy to be here with family and friends. I got one thing to say before we go, because we here, East Point, smoke some dank.
Call it Paul.
Old National got the skanks.
Cater.
Everybody.
Flowers.